welcome back to another video. Today I'm just running through a little grocery haul. This is a fortnightly grocery haul today, and we're definitely trying to eat a little bit more healthy at the moment, so lots of fruit and veg. And I'm just going to show you what I've got and what I intend to do with it all. Okay, so first up, fridge items. Here we have some leeks. Now in my cupboard I have a load of potatoes, so my plan is I'm going to cook this up in the next couple of days and make lots of leek and potato soup, which I can then freeze or put in the fridge, and then we can just grab it for an easy, already made healthy lunch. So got some leeks there. We then have fruit for snacks, so pears and satsumas and plums. Now these will probably last us a full 2 weeks. I try and have a couple of pieces of fruit a day in my lunch or as a snack. And again, those are just really quick, easy fruits to grab. You don't have to prepare them. We also have some grapes here, which obviously do not last quite as long, but love grapes, one of my favourite fruits, and I just put them in a little pot and take them to work with me. Now we then actually also have a big box of strawberries. Now strawberries obviously are slightly more expensive as a fruit. My intention for these is that they will be used for breakfast, as I have bought some little pancakes here, pre-made pancakes. These are going to be used for breakfast on work mornings when I don't have time to do proper cooking and make them from scratch myself. Now I know pancakes are definitely not perceived as the healthiest things in the world. However, a couple of pancakes with a little drizzle of syrup or honey and some strawberries is actually not that bad as a breakfast. It depends what your aim is, but I definitely try and eat different things for breakfast each day, different things for dinner each day, and these are just a really good, yummy breakfast to look forward to, and they're not actually that calorific if that is what you're focusing on. So a couple of packets of them to go with the strawberries. We then have 2 big bunches of bananas here. Now I never really pick up a banana just to eat it as a snack, but what we do use these for is smoothies. Each smoothie I put 1 or 2 bananas in, depending on the size of the banana. So we get through them really quickly, if we go, especially if we're going through a smoothie drinking phase and have them nearly daily. So I've got 2 packs of them, and they're kind of green still, so they'll definitely last. Then I've also got some lemon soya yogurts. These are actually delicious. Because they're soya, they're a little bit more expensive. I think they're £1 a pack. Dairy is definitely something we try and limit. We do have dairy in our diet, but we do buy lots of dairy alternatives as well, as my husband is actually dairy intolerant. So we haven't completely cut it out, but we definitely limit it. And honestly, these lemon soya yogurts are absolutely delicious. They taste so lemony, and they have like little bits of zest in them, and they're low in fat as well, so they're really yummy. Good for lunch or a pudding in the evening if you want something sweet after your dinner. So those are a real treat. They're absolutely delicious. Then some fresh vegetables here. We've got broccoli, and I do still have carrots in my fridge, so broccoli and carrots can go with any meal. You can cut down the portion of carbohydrate and stock up on the veg in your meal. So we do have broccoli. I've also got onions, because they go in literally every meal that I cook. I think there's 1 meal potentially that I don't use onions in, so always need loads of onions. Here we have some sweet potatoes. Now I absolutely love sweet potatoes, and I don't know what I'm going to use these ones for yet. There is either a sweet potato satay curry that is absolutely delicious, or recently I've actually been cutting them up into cubes and roasting them with chili powder, and that has just been delicious. And it's kind of got a wedge chip feel to it, but much healthier. And to be honest with you, I'd choose sweet potato any day over normal fries. So there's sweet potato. I've also got some more garlic, because again, garlic goes in everything that I cook, and I've recently moved over to using fresh garlic opposed to sort of powdered or crushed garlic. I can't believe I didn't do it sooner. It lasts so long. I thought I'd be buying them all the time, but I'm not, and it's just so much better. It's so much more garlicky, and I love garlic. So how many times am I going to say garlic? And then we also have some fresh peppers here, and it's nice actually because we've got red, yellow and green in each pack. Sometimes these are the packs I buy, you cannot be sure of what colours you're going to get, and sometimes we get lots of green, and green are definitely not as sweet, they're definitely more bitter. So it's nice that we've actually got 1 of each colour in our 2 packs this week. We then also have two items here which are definitely not healthy by themselves, but they're quick items to cook for a dinner. And actually, if you just pair them with loads of veg, the dinner is more than balanced and it's a bit more of a treat meal. You're still having something yummy and it's super easy and quick to prepare. So, first item being garlic and herb Kiosk, one of my all-time favourites. As I said, these by themselves, not considered healthy, but I have been putting these with carrots and green beans and maybe some peas and sweet corn, and then you have actually a pretty good meal because you've got a whole ton of veg in there, so it's really not that bad. It's a good way of getting something yummy and a little bit more unhealthy into your diet without having a ridiculously unhealthy meal. So Kiosk. And then on similar lines here, same idea, put it with veg and salad. I have got extra mature cheddar and caramelized onion quiche. This is actually huge. I wasn't expecting it to be this big. God, there's something stuck to that. I've not had this before. It smells pretty good, so I'm looking forward to having it. Portion wise, I'd probably do a quarter per portion, and then you've got enough for lunch the next day, so that is also a win. You definitely always need those meals, even if you're trying to eat really clean and healthy. I definitely think you need meals like this within your diet. You need to find ways of having the yummy, not so healthy stuff and making them more balanced and more healthy. And also quick meals, you need some of them. Life gets busy, you need something you can just bung in the oven and go ahead and eat. Much better than getting a takeaway. All the food is slowly creeping closer and closer. I'm going to be gradually edging further away from the cameras here. What's next? Oh, we've got some chicken stock cubes here. I've just got one left, so I just needed some more of them. You know, basic top up there. Oh, haven't done this actually. Here we have some plain soya yogurt. We have the Asda's own one, which is completely fine and yummy and pretty much tastes the same. Then we've also got the Outpro one. The Outpro one's a substitute, so that is why we've got one of each. Typically, I just do two of these. Now, sometimes I put these in cooking if I'm doing like a curry or even pasta, just to add a bit of creaminess to it. But basically, the reason I bought these are for the smoothies. So that's the main reason why we have them. And also, if you're doing a lot of smoothies, you will get through that yogurt very quickly. Here we have some meat. Now, I still have lots of chicken left over in my freezer. So all I've got is some unsmoked bacon here, and then also some minced beef. Again, it's all about portion control. If you have a couple of rashers of bacon, that is absolutely fine. You can do that for breakfast, for lunch, whatever, in some pasta, and that is no problem at all. And obviously, lots of people love bacon. And then the beef, this is 500 grams. I will split this into two and then put it in the freezer. And then 250 grams will do two portions. If I'm doing, say, a chili con carne, I will just stock up with loads of kidney beans. Like, I'll put a full can of kidney beans in there, and then you've got a really hearty chili meal. Still got your beef in it, but you've just got a limited amount and more of the beans. So that's all about portion control. Moving backwards again. Here are some store cupboard items. We have 2 tins of coconut milk. These are basically used for curries. I don't think I've ever put them in anything else, but very handy to have. I bought 2 tins because it's just handy to have that in your cupboard, and I've currently run out, so always want a backup tin. And we also have some red pesto here. Again, one of my favourite quick and easy meals is just a red pesto pasta. I adore pasta. I would eat it every single day. It's also a really easy meal to cook more of and therefore have leftovers for lunch the next day. And with this, I will put lots of fajita seasoning to make it kind of spicy and almost Mexican. I call it my Mexican fajita pasta. And also, you can add in some yogurt as well, which just adds some creaminess, and it's honestly delicious. Whoops. One of my favourite meals, and pretty good for you, pretty balanced again. Here we just have 2 loaves of super seeded sliced loaf. I love seedy bread. It's my preference in terms of taste, and also, to my understanding, eating the seeds in the bread is also healthier for you than either having white or just plain brown. Plain brown bread I think is really boring and I'm not particularly a fan of. White bread, obviously, love. Who doesn't love white bread? But for something tasty and hopefully a little bit more healthy, we always opt for the seedy bread. So there's those, and one of these I will pop in the freezer as well, so it lasts longer. Some more tins here. So we have 2 tins of kidney beans. Again, I've completely run out of kidney beans, which is why I bought 2. And they're good just to bulk up any meal. I've obviously specifically bought them for chili con carne, but they're just handy to have in the cupboard because you can basically bulk out any one pot wonder meal with kidney beans if you just need a little bit more of a heartier portion. And then I do have 2 cans of soup here. This is not a sort of normal lunch that I would grab, but if for whatever reason, say we've had dinner out or at somebody's house, it is just handy to have some cans sat in your cupboard ready for those occasions that you're not prepared for. So not a normal lunch, but just handy to have, so you can just pull one out if needs be. I'd also run out of plain flour, so again, that's just a standard sort of top up thing as you go. Snacks. This is variety popcorn. There are 6 packs in each, 2 sweet and salted, which is my personal favourite, 2 sweet and then 2 salted. These are brilliant as a sort of healthier snack. They're a good crisp alternative, and actually have found that the Asda's own brand ones are yummier than the branded ones, and they have less of the unpopped corn in. Some packets of popcorn have so much unpopped corn in and it feels like it's going to crack your teeth, and the Asda ones just don't seem to have that many. And these are just really good as a quick, healthy, low calorie snack, and you feel like you're having something really treat worthy, especially with the sweet and salted. I absolutely love the sweet and salted. So yeah, again, these are largely in mind for lunchtime, but obviously you can eat them whenever. So there's them. Then we also have 2 big packs here of sweet and salted, which I'm actually very chuffed that we've got 2 big packs of sweet and salted, because previously when I've ordered them, the first time we got 2 salted as a substitute, and the second time we got 2 sweet as a substitute. So I've actually got 2 of the sweet and salted, and these are sort of for weekends. My husband enjoys fishing, so if we go out for the day fishing, it's a good thing to put in our little coffee sort of picnic bag. Again, it's better than having crisps and dip, you know, it's just that bit better for you, and you still feel like you're having something tasty. Moving backwards again. Coffee top up, always got to top up the coffee. Instant, just always have a jar of instant as backup coffee. And then we also have some filter coffee for the cafetiere. Cafetiere coffee is my morning treat. I honestly look forward to that so much, especially with oat milk. It is so delicious. And then if I have another coffee in the day, which actually recently I've gotten into the habit of having a coffee as soon as I get home from work. Otherwise, I feel myself falling asleep after dinner on the sofa, and that is just not good for my body clock. So if I have one as soon as I get back from work, I find that that is early enough to not impact my sleeping when I go to bed, but it just keeps me going through till bedtime. So, you know, it's just a handy thing to have. Okay. We've got some more snacks here. If you can't tell already, I'm all about the convenience and getting that balance of healthy but yummy and quick, easy things to grab. So here we have 3 different packs of cereal bars. They're quite small cereal bars. They're very low in calories. Each one has around 60 to 70 calories. Now, cereal bars are one of those misleading things that people think that light cereal bars are healthy, and they're not really. But again, if you're just trying to not overeat, it's better than having a chocolate bar. Yeah, they're fairly low in calories, so they're just convenient to grab for lunches or for a road trip or whatever. So here we have chocolate and fudge, summer berries, and double chocolate. And I have actually just noticed that the summer berries one says high in fibre, which is always good. A little bit of fibre intake there. Then here we have an Asda fruit loaf. This is kind of a sweet bread with bits of fruit in, and it's pre-sliced. Each slice has 100 calories in it. So this, with a little bit of butter and a cup of tea in the evening, is a really nice little treat. And again, substituting things out here is better than having a slice of cake. So there is the Asda fruit loaf. I've had it before and it's very, very delicious. It's the first time in a long time for actually ordering it, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now here we have some crumpets. These are in mind for breakfast. Now, I like having a big breakfast. I do not do well having a small breakfast. I definitely have noticed that my energy levels throughout the day are better if I have a big breakfast and a smaller lunch. If I have a large lunch, I tend to really dip in the afternoon and have this sort of post-food lull. So I'm better off doing bigger breakfast, bigger dinner. That's just what I've worked out works best for me. So 2 crumpets is obviously actually not that much, but what we'd do with this is have 2 crumpets and then a smoothie to go with them. So there we go. Love a crumpet. I always have 1 Marmite and 1 honey. Love that. Then we also have some eggs. 12 eggs is not going to last us 2 weeks. It never does, but they still limit you on how many eggs you order, like since COVID and everything. I love egg, use it all the time. Breakfast, scrambled eggs sometimes. There's a couple dinners where I put egg in it, and sometimes if I'm having to cook something separate for my lunch the next day, opposed to having leftovers, I'll cook up some rice or some noodles and then just cooking some egg with it to kind of make it egg fried but not actually fried. Also lunch, poached, fried, the options are endless, and I also like doing a lot of baking, which you'll know if you have subscribed to my channel. So eggs are just a must, and we will run out of them quickly. I feel like we're forever buying eggs. I should have done these items first because they really need to go in the freezer. Freezer items. We have frozen fruit for smoothies. We have some blueberries here and mango. Frozen fruit, I think, is definitely the way forward for smoothies. It means that you don't have to continually be buying fresh fruit, and also that kind of fruit is very expensive to buy and it's much cheaper to buy it frozen. So it's just good. I always have stock of frozen fruit in the freezer, and you can also use that for baking or put it in porridge as well. So blueberries and mango is what we went for this month. And then we also have peas. Oh my goodness, this is getting really wet. We have some peas there. We have some stir-fry mix. I definitely prefer buying frozen stir-fry mix opposed to the fresh stuff, because the fresh stuff you literally have to use it that day and then it's gone, whereas this, we have a big packet here so it lasts a long time. And honestly, I'm all about the frozen stuff. I cannot wait for the day that we have a garage and a big chest freezer. That is just going to suit me so well. So yeah, got some frozen stir-fry there. And then we also have frozen peppers. Now obviously I've got 2 packs of fresh peppers, but fresh peppers I put in a lot of things, so get through them quickly. So it's good to have the frozen peppers just as a backup in case I run out before our next order. So there's that. And then the last frozen item is just some sweet corn, because get to meet someone who does not like sweet corn. Love sweet corn. Okay, we're actually nearly done. Now I'm just gonna show you some of the things that I buy to help see my husband through with his lunches as he is working from home. So I tend to have leftovers, as I've kind of previously addressed. And then we have some noodles. This is beef flavour, this is curry flavour. Normally I'd get mainly chicken, but they were out of stock. So we've got a load of them. And again, these are handy things to have in your cupboard. They're quick and easy. They're not terribly bad for you. According to these, they're medium in fat levels, but the actual sort of calorie count and stuff is fairly low. It's filling, it's quick, it's easy, and they last. They can just sit in the cupboard for as long as you like, pretty much. So those are always good to have. And then the current favourite lunch of choice for him at the moment, the Heat Me, Eat Me breakfast wrap. Says breakfast wrap, he has them for lunch. It's just sausage, bacon and beans. Definitely not the healthiest. It's not terribly bad for you. And again, these actually go in the freezer, so they can sit there for as long as you like, and it's just quick and easy to grab, cook it and eat it whilst you work. So they're just ideal. That you need stuff like that. Otherwise you end up going and buying food out and about, and that gets expensive and unhealthy very quickly. So then we actually have some Quaker Oat Simple golden syrup porridge sachets. I used to always cook my porridge from scratch, and I still do occasionally. However, I've tried these, I love them. So now I sort of pay too much money for porridge because they're just so yummy and convenient. Honestly, these are just so good for work mornings, because all you do is pour the milk in the sachet and pop it in the microwave and it's done, and it's delicious. It's just one of those things. They take 2.5 minutes in the microwave and then you've got a really yummy and filling breakfast. So you can't go wrong. I kind of said at the beginning that this was a healthy food haul. It's healthy-ish. We have some very healthy things, some not so healthy things. that is life. Everything in moderation. The key is making an overall balanced and healthy diet, but making it maintainable. If you go too crazy with eating over the top healthy and clean, it's not maintainable. Well, not for me anyway. So balance. And these are so yummy, so yummy. We are nearly done. We now have 2 of these. This is coconut milk, creamy and smooth. The main purpose for this is to go in the smoothies. They're long life, which is brilliant. That's why I've got 2, as one can sit in the sort of pantry cupboard and one can go straight in the fridge. So in the smoothies, I will literally put banana, some of the soy yogurt, some coconut milk, and then the fruit of choice, and that is that. And it's very, very yummy. This can actually, I have put this in as a cream alternative as well in cooking. Obviously far better for you than cream. Not quite the same effect, but it's still yummy. It still adds sort of a creamy texture and creamy taste. So we've got 2 of them. And then here we have oat milk and then the vanilla Alpro milk as well. Vanilla, I'm obsessed with. Vanilla is my absolute favourite. I completely adore it, love it. I would actually just get all vanilla, apart from the fact that my husband prefers just a plain oat. But this in coffee is just so yummy, honestly. Cannot wait for my coffee tomorrow morning. Right, last item, well, items, 2 of the same, is Diet Coke. Always Diet Coke, always Diet Coke. We've got squash in the cupboard and we've got some juice in the pantry as well, but Diet Coke is my drink of choice with my dinner in the evening. All day, I drink tons of water. I try and drink at least 2 litres of water a day. Have a coffee in the morning, coffee when I get back from work, tea in the evening, Coke for dinner. That is just my little drinking schedule in case you wondered. So there you go. That is my fortnightly healthy-ish food haul, and a sort of talk through of what I do with it and what my plans are for all of this food. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.